Greetings, it's Dugout Man here with my Grassroots to Glory save. I'm currently managing Sandbach United. I nearly said Manchester United then, but that would be giving away a secret of something that's coming soon. I think I've just given it away. Anyway, we'll carry on. If you've seen my highlights package, you will know that we currently sit in 4th place in the league with games in hand over the teams above us. So potentially we could be top of the league soon. And let's hope that it's by the end of the 3 games that we're going to play today, which if we go to them, that is Burscough, which we're going to play against now. The team's already set up and ready to go. Camel Laird and Winsford. 3 teams that have been sort of rivals for us throughout the whole of this series so far. So this is the team that we're going to go with today. It's Mewett in goal, Earl, Thomas, Skerritt and Davidson. Thomas is really coming into his own of late. Jordan Hines on the right, Reiki, Lucky Lou and Brooks on the left. I'll show you Brooks because I'm not sure if you've met him yet, but he's a decent signing that I've made. Then up front we've got Dan Smith and Voltman, giving Ben Guy a rest for this game, but I'm hoping it'll continue this way, but usually it hasn't mattered too much which of my strikers I play because all 3 of them are scoring like nobody's business at the moment. So as the teams come out, Burscough aren't doing particularly well in this division. They're struggling a little bit, and so hopefully we won't have too much difficulty in dispatching them. But as you know, we've got a little bit of history with Burscough, and they do tend to have a pretty good record against us. We're 21 minutes in and already it's proving not a very exciting match. And it doesn't surprise me totally. Hines with a free kick, which is switched to the far post, headed wide by Reiki. That was close. Crikey, Reiki. Well, yeah, so every match has been a barrel of goals going in at either end. So it stands to reason that we come to a live comp and not a lot happens. In fact, we're nearly at half time. And we've got a highlight which unfortunately looks to be to Burscough, although it's won back and headed down. Dan Smith, he's offside. Oh no, he's not offside. There's a man keeping him on. And the keeper made a save. Good man made a save. He should have scored that goal. But as we approach half time, the corner's swung in and has gone out for a goal kick. And I'm sure that will be it for the first half. So what we've got to decide really is whether we want to keep the formation that we've got or the tactics, and I think we will. So I think we should be winning this game. So the assistant told us we should be encouraging them, but I think we should be telling them that you know, they should be winning this game, and then we'll add that you should be making a real difference as well. We're not going to change anything. I don't think we're going to give them sort of like 10 minutes to do something different. And if that's not happening, we will change things. And I fully expected us to go behind then as Burscough go very, very close. I didn't know what to say. But time's already beginning to tick away. So we will not just make substitutions, but we will actually change the tactics, I think, do we? Yeah, actually, I think I will try something a little bit different. Let's try these guys a bit further forward, and we'll play a positive mentality. See if we can break them down. Who's been playing the worst out of our strikers? Actually, pains me to say it, but Dan Smith. So Ben Guy, come and introduce yourself properly to the guys. And I think we'll put a bit of experience in the midfield as well. So there we go. Even before the hour mark, my customary time for making substitutions, we have made a change to try and turn this into a win, which is looking for all the world like a 0-0 at the moment. The game needs a goal just to bring it to life. Brooks finds Reiki, who plays the ball to Voltman. Voltman gets the ball in. Hines, will he win it? Yes, he does, but it's going the wrong way. And now on the counter-attack, clean through. Sheriff, he's caused us a whole lot of heartache, but not this time because it's offside. so we're not going to be too stressed. I didn't think it was offside, I have to say. But we're going to have to start shouting at this team because we are getting nothing here. Demand more. Get involved in this game because, you know, these are near the bottom of the league. You can tell we're at home because you got the light in the way of the pitch. Vicente with a volley just over the bar. And that would have been something special from the veteran midfielder. Carberry with a throw-in for Bursko, who lump it down the field. It doesn't work this time. Thomas with his cultured foot booting it down the field. Guy with a shot. That is a beautiful goal from the edge of the area. Ben Guy, absolutely superb. And you know, these strikers between them, there's always one of them got a goal in them if we're struggling. So the question is now, do we drop back a little bit? I think we do, but not all the way. Just go to cautious and just try and bring Bursko onto us a little bit and see if we can catch him on the break and get a second. Sheriff, he is a thorn in our side, it has to be said. And Griffin. Oh, I can't believe this. What has just happened? I think it's been disallowed. I hope it's been disallowed. It says it's been disallowed and they're showing it again. He's a mile offside. I didn't think he actually touched it, so... Well, he's obviously been judged to have been in the goalkeeper's line of sight because we have got away with one there, I have to say. And we've won the game. I won't say that I'm particularly happy with the way that we've won it. Actually, I'm going to tell them that. That was a bit of a let-off. I'm glad some of them reacted to it because I quite often get negative reactions to that. But I wasn't very happy with the way that we played. They were in 18th position, we were in 4th position. But at least we got the win, that was the main thing. So what I'm going to do, as we usually do here, I can see we've moved up to 3rd, is I'm going to skip on to the next game, which I've already forgotten. Camel Lad is who it's against. They sit in 7th place. Good 8 points behind us at the moment. But again, it's not going to be an easy game. Hopefully we can come away with the victory. But I'll see you the other side of this. So welcome back. You've been gone for all the 10 seconds, I know, but in that time the formation has changed a little bit, just for this one game, just trying to keep it fresh. All the instructions are pretty much the same, but what we're going to try and do is, Pepe, we're playing Camel Laird. It looks like they're going to play the same formation as what Bursko did, which caused us a bit of trouble. So we're going to play with a defensive midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and see if we can miss out those players in the centre of the park. Obviously we've got the wingers, we've kept them on support just to try and help the midfield side of things a little better, but I've also changed quite a few personnel, so a lot of this is down to how many players we've got, nearly, you know, on below 90%, so we've got to be careful with how we manage the players today. So Ben Guy comes in as the advanced forward to play alongside Smith, with Binns tucked behind him as an advanced playmaker. We've got Moonen come in as a defensive midfielder. He's the best player we've got for that, and he's pretty good at it, all things said. Hines, Davidson. Davidson's been fantastic on the right wing. Brooks has dropped into the left back position. Asafu Ajay comes in to play on the right, with Thomas and Skerrett staying as the centre backs. I just wanted to check. Do I swap a centre back? I think I will actually. I think Skerrett can come off for Wilson for this particular game, and we'll switch him around because I believe Wilson prefers to be the central defender. And yeah, so I said I was going to show you Brooks, Andre Brooks. There he is. He's got. His technicals aren't anything special, but his physicals are amazing. And I think, you know, potentially he could be quite a good player. And the fact he plays in several positions is quite useful as well. So, you know, he could be a good utility player within the side. And anyone with pace of 13 or more is always welcome at this level. But yeah, so this is a team to play Camel Lairds. Let's see how we get on. It'll be interesting to see how these guys with their freedom in the middle of the field will cope but also whether Binns, Smith and Guy can create space for themselves with all the other guys sort of defending against these players who are, you know, potentially dangerous to us. Camel Laird are no mugs, but we'll tell them that we've got faith in them. The usual. Nothing exciting. And into the game we go. Camel Laird have always been a difficult team to break down, so I don't anticipate anything different today. I just hope that we can continue our good form and our push towards that top spot in the league. It'd be really great if we could. But the first attack is very definitely to Camel Laird. Blackwell, Lawrence, great ball over the top, but he's only about 4 miles offside, so I'm happy with the linesman's decision to flag that one up, because I think he was only about 3 miles off. But yes, it was actually closer than I thought. But we'll take it. Let's hope that we can create some chances now. It would be nice. Moonen with a lovely little flick there. And again, oh, that'd be worth a show if we get a goal at the end of this. Roberts concedes a foul. And Mikhail gets booked. I'm sure it was Roberts who conceded the foul there. Davidson is on a yellow card for us, I've noticed. Hines with a long ball forward. Guy breaks through. He's got a superb composure, which he doesn't demonstrate on this occasion. But yeah, I should show you how many goals these guys have scored this season, because they've been whacking them in. And, you know, when you've got 3 strikers on form, it's so difficult to give them enough playing time to accentuate that and make it count. But it also helps when one's not available to know that you can slot in another player who's likely to score you goals. As Ben Guy chases down Knight and then decides, no, I'm not going to bother. And now he goes back again. You've wasted a whole lot of energy there, Ben, I have to point out. But it's a long ball, switching from one flank to the other, and Bayliss charging for a great tackle by Wilson, I think it was. And Smith has turned his man, and he is away. He's got one man to beat, and a very soft shot. I don't know what that was, Dan Smith. So Moonen. The right back, I think I'm going to start calling a J, because his name's so hard to say. Certainly doesn't roll off the tongue. Hines. Well, not my tongue anyway. Great ball. Ben Guy picks it up on the flanks, and he's taken a great shot. It was an incredible save by Wright. Just tips it round the post. And that is a corner to Sandbach United, which will be taken by Hines, who swings it out. But nobody could get anywhere near that. That was not the best of corners. And Blackwell with a dangerous free kick, and that's been disallowed. No, I don't know what's going on here. It was saying Josh Hines was offside, but Josh Hines is my player, isn't he? Oh yep, I don't know what was going on then. So we got to sort of question our team in this, because Camel Laird have looked equally as dangerous as us. I suppose they are the home side, so. Well, I thought that was a great tackle, but a penalty's been given, and Camel Laird look like they're going to take the lead just before half time, and we have got the world of work to do. Oh no, Mewett has actually, I don't think he actually saved it, I think it just hit him, but we'll take it, 0-0. So, getting to half time, I think there's a definite cause to get rid of these wingers. I don't think we've particularly challenged them at all down the wing, and I think I've just pressed the wrong button and gone straight into the second half, which I didn't mean to do. We'll see what happens at the end of this highlight, and then we'll change the formation and make some substitutions, which is what I meant to do at half time. Hines Guy, if he scores now, we might not. Guy has hit the keeper. You know, before we come onto live comms, they were scoring goals like that every single match. So frustrating. As soon as you press record, things just seem to slow down. Okay, so 52 minutes in, it's time to make the change. We'll go to the tactics and we'll switch to our 4-3-3. Hines can come off for Max Voltman. Voltman can come out of there a bit. And I believe that Smith does a little bit better on target man. So, and I've clicked something else. Target man, attack. Thank you. That's what we wanted. Davidson's on a yellow card anyway, so we bring Vicente on for him, and that will certainly give us an opportunity to try and get ourselves ahead in this game, and I've not confirmed. There we go. So a change of tactics in the middle of the game. I'm not happy with the way we were playing, to be honest, so I'm hoping that the change of tactics will give us a greater opportunity. It could also work the other way. I mean, that what was a very tight game suddenly becomes a very easy game for our opponents. Ben Guy, oh, what a goal that is! Did you see that? That one's almost worthy of a replay. I hope they show us one. Ben Guy, that was just incredible. He scored a few volleys this season, but the flick on from Smith, I think it was, took it with his one touch with his knee and then volleys it into the top corner. That was beautiful. Dan Smith getting an assist as target man. It seems something he seems to be very good at doing as well. So Camel Laird have certainly struggled to create the chances since we changed formations. Moonen with a pretty poor ball there. But it's fallen to Ben Guy, and somehow they hoof it away. And Bayliss will now bring it down this wing. And I have to say, it's a little bit disconcerting how much space they will have on the wings, because we're playing a 4-3-3. But so far it's not been affecting us too much. Smith holds it up. Ajay, great ball in. I think he was offside anyway. Yeah, he was. So we won't stress too much. But I'm also beginning to twitch with sort of like the last 10 minutes. Do we make some changes? I think we do. We've got the lead now. It's up to them to come at us, really. So Dan Smith's had a good game, but I think we'll look at bringing Lucky Lou on to try and shore things up. And he can't play any of those positions anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll play wide midfielder defend, and hope that we've not done it too soon, that we end up throwing away what is a very slender lead. But the time is beginning to tick away. I think that we're going to do it. Did I say that too soon? Time has gone. Time has gone, and that is it. 2 successive 1-0 wins, and I mean, I don't care how the wins come as long as we get them, but for my own heart, I wish they would stretch it just a little bit further ahead, so that when we're on these live comms, the pressure isn't getting to me. Yeah, as you can see, I was quite nervous in that. Tactics were changing all over the show, but at the end of the day, we got a good win. That was always a banana skin away from home. A team in the top 7 or 8 of the division. It was always going to be a difficult match for us, and let's see where that leaves us in the league positions. We moved to 2nd place, still with 2 games in hand over Longbridge, who are ahead of us by only 1 point. And I think we're in a really good position there. I don't think there's any teams particularly looking at danger to us. So we could potentially, if we won our next match against Winsford, who do seem to be in a little bit of form all of a sudden. I'm sure I saw they won in the last game. But yeah, so Winsford are languishing down near the bottom, so it would be nice to inflict a little bit more pain upon them if we can. Once again, we'll see you after the cut. So welcome back. You've been gone for all of 2 seconds again, I know. I wonder how you're getting on with the lockdown and stuff. I mean, I've been thinking that if I don't cut my hair, which is currently like a shaved head, and if I don't have a shave, am I going to start looking like Captain Caveman by the time we come out of this lockdown? Because it seems to be getting really bad at the moment. At the time of recording, Boris Johnson's just gone into intensive care, so hopefully by the time you're watching this there'll be a positive outcome in that, and that he will make a full recovery. We are thinking about Boris at this time. Back to the football though, and we're going to go with a 4-3-3 against Winsford. Winsford are playing 4-4-2. And we're going to play with Guy, Smith and Voltman, our awesome three-pronged attack going forward. Lucky Lou, Moonen and Reiki on the midfield. Davidson going back to left back, Skerritt, Wilson, and what's that? Before I say I'm going to play Ajay, what's his... Oh yeah, he's alright, he's okay. I was a little bit worried about his thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Bailey Prudo is out for a substantial period of time. So we're not going to be seeing him for at least 2 to 3 months. And he's already been out for at least a month. So, but we're going to put Dan Maguire on the bench. Because obviously we haven't got a striker on there. So Binns will have to make way for him. But let's get into the third match, a local derby with Winsford. We've only got to travel a few miles to get to the ground. And this is one where I fully expect them to win and keep the run going, and nothing more needs saying than that. Let's hope for some goals in this game. So a free kick, it would appear, to Wilson. I don't know why I keep picking away matches for us to play, but Voltman, oh my word. And we've literally just turned the minute on the clock. We have scored through Max Power. Max Voltman, great goal. Good control with his right foot and a little chip, dink over the keeper and into the bottom corner. That will do very nicely, and it takes the pressure off a little bit while it's 1-0. If we concede, that will of course put us back to square one. Lane pulls it out to Gibson. Nobody is closing Gibson down. He gets an easy cross and they hit the crossbar, and that was not impressive. And if that keeps happening, we'll have to consider the formation that we've got. We can't just allow the wing backs to have free crosses like that. Of course, when you're playing 4-3-3, the wings is at risk of being overloaded against a 4-4-2. And they're definitely looking to get their wing backs down there. You can see up the top here, they've already got a guy in acres of space because nobody's picking him up. And it's not, as Lane's got through, and it's a poor shot. And it's not that I'm worried about them getting in that space. It's just when they get the ball, you need to be closing them down so that they can't get easy crosses in like he did in the 3rd minute of the game. And so far, it has to be said, Winsford, apart from being behind, are playing very well. Ajay with the cross though. Can't pick out Guy. Lucky Lou picks up the ball. Gives it to Moonen. Reiki. Moonen. Good passing. And that Moonen loves to flick the ball around. I'm really enjoying his flair. I must check out his stats to see what his flair is. Dan Smith pulls it back for Guy. I mean, we're playing like Barcelona. There's flicks and skills going on all over the park as Dan Smith just drags it back through his legs. What's this? Davidson almost loses out. Gets the ball in. Look at that. Just back heels it to Ben Guy, who picks up his 11th goal of the season. And I must remember to show you how their squad's selection stats are at the end of this game. Davidson chips the ball over the top. I thought he was offside, so I wasn't going to get too excited. It's still 2-0 after 20 minutes though. Look at that, there's only about 5 players offside there. 6 players actually. Sorry, I couldn't see that one off the screen. But no, it'd be nice to get a few goals just to end this. What's been a rapid fire 3 games really. Bengai nearly. We've had 2 games which have been narrow 1-0 victories. Like I say, a win is a win, and 2 clean sheets in a row is fantastic, because clean sheets have been hard to come by, especially with Mewett in goal, because my goodness, he's testing my patience at times. But as we approach half time, 2-0, that is very nice, but we've been here before against Abbey Hay, so don't get complacent. I don't care how negative they are. Last time we were 2-0 up and blew it against Abbey Hay, and they weren't doing particularly well in the league at that time either. So I'm taking nothing for granted. Winsford have had a reasonable game. There's Reiki, sends a free kick, Lucky Lou, and it does count. What a fantastic volley that was from Lucky Lou. On his right foot, I believe, when he's left-footed, so you can't complain about that. He has been resurgent this season when he's been given his opportunities in midfield. And yeah, right-footed, what a goal. So we're 60 minutes in. Everybody seems to be looking pretty fit, so I'm going to surprise you all by not changing anything yet. We'll let it get to sort of nearer to 80 minutes, and then we'll bring on some fresh legs. And that's close. Oh, there's a highlight. Let's see the highlight first, because that may affect our decisions. So Bengai's headed it clear, but we're not pushing out quick enough here. And I just get the feeling that this ball could well end up coming back in. Although we have won it, Reiki, again, it's just ping-ponger in the middle of the park at the moment. And it's gone out wide to Mensah. This is where they are dangerous. Although we are closing them down at this particular point. So that is something. Mensah again. Black. Tuck. Now nobody's closing down yet, and he's got an easy cross to the far post. It's been disallowed again. But my goodness, they are pushing their luck with that. So, well, we don't need to see how it was offside, do we? 10 minutes to go. Let's make some changes. So Andre Brooks is going to come on for Ajay. Bobby Thomas on for Skerritt because he's on a yellow card. And let's give Dan Maguire a run out for Dan Smith. A triple change. Hopefully it won't be our downfall, but I can't see him coming back. We're 3-0 up. 5 minutes to go. And they've changed to a 4-3-3 as well. They're trying to match us man for man, which is dangerous because I think man for man, we are a better team. So Moonen. Lovely play from him. I've been really impressed with him in these last couple of games. He's not had many chances, it has to be said, but the last couple of games he's been showing confidence. Cheeky little flicks all over the show. Here he is again, flicks it forward. Dan Maguire. Well, he hasn't had many chances, Dan Maguire, but he won't see many better chances than that. But time is ticking away, and we have a corner. Guy wins the header, but it's nowhere near the goal. That could even be the last highlight of the game. As we tick into the 94th minute, the whistle goes, and there we have it. 3 wins out of 3. Kind of makes up for losing our match against Rylands so comfortably, and we've definitely turned it around from there. As we passionately say, I'm very pleased with the result and the performance. That was a local rival, so we've poured more misery onto those guys, and we've made up our game in hand, which means that we are now top of the league. Actually, we still have a game in hand over Longbridge. If we won that game in hand, as it stands, we would be 5 points clear. My maths does work. 5 points clear at the top of the league. But I did want to quickly run through the squad. So if we go onto the selection page, and if we look at this now, look at them goals. Goals for 11 goals for Ben Guy. Dan Smith has got 9 goals. Max Voltman has got 9 goals. Then you've got the rest of the team chipping in with the occasional goal each. But to have 3 strikers already pushing double figures, you know, we're only 14 games into the actual league season. So to have these guys pushing double figures, all of them, is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, where's that? Dylan Moonen. I want to have a little look at your. He's got 16 for decisions. Work rate's 12. But his flair, now, you're winding me up. Apparently his flair is 1. This is the guy who's doing flick after flick after flick. His first touch is pretty good, admittedly. You know, it's an 8, which in this league is quite acceptable. But I'm quite excited about him. He's sort of unhappy at the club because I've not been playing him very much. But certainly if he keeps playing like he is, he ain't shifting out of his team because he has been sensational. Him and Reiki, I think, have been probably the best signings that we've made, definitely for the midfield. But along with them, I'm trying to find him, Joel Davidson. He's been exceptional for us whenever he's given the opportunity. Creates loads of goals on the right wing, but also he can play at left back, right back, and right midfield. So yeah, he's been a brilliant player for us too, and we're beginning to sort of like come together as a team as well, and we're winning more and more games. Our form is absolutely fantastic at the moment. I mean, if we look at that, there's a lot of reds, which were obviously our friendlies. I think if we remove the friendlies out of it, just so that you can see realistically what we've been like, because the friendlies have been money spinners. We'll hide the Rylands game as well, because that's a little bit embarrassing. But if you look at that, there's a lot of greens there, and I'm really happy with that. In fact, the only red you can see on that page is Bedworth, and they were expected to beat us in the cup. But yeah, so we've got a cup game next, and we'll probably come back towards the end of November, possibly for the new Mills, Kemel Laird, City of Liverpool, maybe Longbridge. I'll make the decision as we get nearer. We may even play the December matches on a live com, but we'll wait and see how things are going, how far I progress before I get an opportunity to record again. Hope you're enjoying the series. Leave a like and subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. And until next time, I'm Dugout Man, and I'm out of here.